We covered all the basics and all the new information that came out earlier today in the previous video, so if you'd like something maybe a little bit more technical and maybe a bit more grounded, you can go check out that video. This one right here, this one's just going to be shit-talking extreme because there's a couple of targets. You already know two of the big ones that we're going to be tackling here, and just, man, the fact that, well, the second guy we're going to be talking about, I've got a particular bone to pick with him. But this one right here, this is just a classic cry bully, okay? If you don't know who David Pakman is, consider yourself lucky. He's one of those uninteresting, boring leftist creators, streamers, talk show hosts, literally cut from the same cloth of Bill Maher and the NPR types. Like, he's just a fucking drag on everything. He's like a quarter the size of Cenk Uygur with about a third the talent. Like, he doesn't quite know what to do with the entire Nashville situation, except for, well, just have a terrible fucking take when it comes to everything. The first thing that he put out very early, or I guess yesterday afternoon, when this guy screen capped it, and this is the only way that you can find this now. Well, it's gone but not forgotten because, again, the internet never forgets. Very surprising that there would be a mass shooting at a Christian school, given the lack of prayer is often blamed for these horrible events. Who the fuck is making those statements, and why the fuck would you think to put that out there, you sack of shit? Is it possible that they weren't praying enough or correctly despite being a Christian school? This is that classic atheist fucking take, or I don't even know what the fuck this guy identifies as, even though we got a little bit of an insight in the second one. I don't know if he's just claiming that victimhood status, but chances are he knew that he'd get shit for this take, okay? And it was, what, 114,000 people seen it. Don't know what the response was. All I seen was that he deleted this tweet and that there's a bunch of screen caps going around. It's, once again, that same brain dead take whenever something bad happens to a religious community. Oh, I thought your flying spaghetti monster would take care of you. You don't dare make that. Hey man, if somebody came in and shot up a mosque, where would you be on that one, saying that, you guys pray to Mecca 5 times a day, and then this happened? Why didn't you make it 6? He's a fucking coward, because Christians are an easy target. Normally they'd take it. But now, in the previous video, we've seen that they're starting to push back, and I kind of appreciate that, you know? But yeah, he led that up for a while, and then, yeah, decides to cry bully on the second one. Can we get that one? Ah, shit. Kind of see it. Okay. Oh, no, actually, I can go full screen on this one for a second. I can go, yep, just like this. That helps a little bit. All right, too many anti-Semitic attacks. I didn't even know he was Jewish, ethnically, or spiritually, and again, I kind of doubt this to begin with. And threats to my family, I've deleted the tweet. First thing this morning. What a sack of shit. I actually seen this one when it was up, and somebody responded, but obviously this one's being taken down, so I can't verify this, but you can go off my anecdote for a moment. Somebody questioned him. It's like, I read through before he deleted the tweet, and I read through the comments, and nobody was making anti-Semitic threats. And then, yeah, Pakman responded, oh, they were in my emails. Are you having a laugh, stupid? You had a fucking shitty take that you thought would elicit some chuckles from your friends in those leftist circles, and nobody had your back. The activists were too busy stumping for their rainbow kin to give a fuck about a white man. He's literally a detestable human being. This is the same motherfucker who, unironically, even after all of the facts had been out for months at that point in time, still had one of the worst takes when it came to Kyle Rittenhouse. Oh, he shot those people in cold blood. I don't know if he went as far as to say that it was black people that he shot, but he had a pretty famous gif that went around, or at least, a clip of him responding to Gage Grosskreutz on the stand, admitting that, oh yeah, I didn't pull the trigger on Kyle Rittenhouse wasn't pointing a gun at me until I decided to pull a gun on him. He was watching the trial, and then when that happened, you're like, oh, that's bad. Picking your team above the evidence. He's just a sack of shit. And one of the people that, trad cucks and fence sitters like to bring up, well, if I talk with David Pakman, he's one of those people that you can have a discussion with on the left. Cut from the exact same cloth as Bill Maher. Bill, we should sink the economy because Orange Man bad. Maher, fuck all of them. Then you have this fucking just dog shit individual, okay? He's got all of the different flags in the bio. Now, normally I don't like to pick on randos. It's just normally people that have a certain amount of status. But when you have a take this fucking dim, and then you double and triple and quadruple down on it, you deserve a bit of the spotlight. Okay, so what's the profile say on this guy? Okay, a gamer. You already know that that's a problem. Twitch streamer. Bruh. Anti-Musk on his platform. All right. Anti-MAGA. Very original. Anti-fascist. I doubt it. Model 3 owner, trader of stocks, Twitch at whatever, I suck dick at twitch.tv. Fan-fucking-tastic. I hope it was Republicans that lost their lives. I hope it was Republicans that lost their lives. 3 kids got shot and killed. 3 kids shot and killed. One good thing about gun violence is occasionally wipes out full Republican families in one fell swoop. I would like to thank congressional Republicans and the NRA. This is how I know this person is just a low IQ. Thinking that the NRA has literally any fucking power in government, has any sway in the lobbying, you're out of your fucking skull. I made reference to this in the first video, or I guess the first video in this 2-part series. So the second video of the day, the last one that you may or may not have checked out. I was listening to Steven Crowder's coverage of this stuff, and he got like 180,000 people on Rumble, which is fan-fucking-tastic, because guess what? People like authenticity. People like it when somebody stands up for a position that they believe in and back it up with empiricism. But no, he brought out and mentioned the amount of money that NRA uses in order to lobby for their positions in, oh god, I forget the exact time frame, but I think it was 2020 or 2021. I think it was 2021, because that's when Trump's lobbying bill would have expired. So yeah, NRA donated $2.6 million. $2.6 million, which seems like a lot, but then when you compare and contrast it with how much Pfizer paid, 26 point some odd million dollars in that same time frame. Oopsie daisy. It's almost like the NRA is fucking insignificant. Couldn't name any of the other Second Amendment groups, but this guy's probably not a big fan of the First Amendment either, considering the fact that I'm anti-Musk, but then puts the Twitter bird in his bio. He's a fucking idiot. And you would almost think that this could be a troll, but no. He doubles down and he turned off replies, so you always know that you've got a really smart person right there. Good. Be hurt by this tweet, you worthless cucks. Sorry, what? Cause tweeting about it will make all the difference. Y'all are pathetic. No, again, you just had a bad fucking take and you're getting roasted when it comes to this. Just about 2,200 quote tweets. Like this one's, yeah, making the rounds. Look at that. It's just about 5,200 or 52,000. Very much undersold that. This is going to be the point in time where you pop off and you're going to be the most important that you've ever been, but for the worst of reasons. I'm serene, living my life. That's why you had to go on a multi-tweet thread, right? Of course, yeah. Me living a serene life, not getting shot by angry people with assault weapons. All right. Republicans can't even protect their own kids in schools. Yeah, it's because your side of the political aisle doesn't want those big scary rifles there to defend the kids. But you go have fun with that one. So fucking pathetic. Likewise, I bet you he says that every morning when he wakes up and looks in the mirror. Tired of coming back to this, so no more replies, you pathetic cucks. And then he comes back to it. I wonder if a dumbass cuck... Does this guy have the world's most pathetic thesaurus? Okay, so we got Republicans, people I don't like, and cuck. It's like outside of that, though, I don't have any other interesting words that I can use to express my detestation for my political opponents. Imagine being so wrapped up in the political divide that everybody I don't like is an evil, nasty mega cuck. Bro, people aren't that serious, but I'm really hopeful that you get 6 people turn out for your Twitch stream. Get fucked. But then we have the star of this video right here, and this is somebody who I've given praise to quite recently, in fact, because I thought he was doing a really good job covering the Eliza Blue stuff when that was going down, and yeah, no, he did 100% of the time, and that's why I have this specific tweet pulled up. Ian Miles Chong, I don't like him. I think that he's just a horrible individual who has called in false crimes, stolen money directly from the quartering, used it to pay off and buy an iPhone for an e-girl. Called in a fake swatting and then got a dog flashbanged. And Ian Miles Chong's political takes range anywhere from being absolutely atrocious to being periodically spot on. It's kind of the way that I look at the quartering, because the more I analyze the good stuff that he did during Eliza Blue, a lot of that is couched in his, this could be a little bit spicy of a take, his detestation of women. Like this guy right here, he took it personally. Yeah, no, he got snatched up in all of that firestorm when it came to being banned off Twitter by sharing around, Eliza's flabby middle-aged ass. I understand. But then as much as he simps for women, it's like, it doesn't take a brain surgeon to figure out that this guy pedestalizes women, but then at the same time, if they don't reciprocate his lofty expectations, there's a fire and fury that simps and blue-pilled chumps have that is unmatched in any other forum. That's real fucking danger. Yeah, no, he's totally right when it comes with the description, but if Chong's correct on something, your ad hominem attacks and the fact that you're trying to deflect from your other previous fucking bad takes and the very, very, very recent history doesn't really help you, bro. Malaysian conservative grift bro chimes in on America's Second Amendment. Oh, my reason for disliking Ian Miles Chung? Oh yeah, whenever anything bad happens, especially around elections, he spurgs out like a fucking helpless child. Mentally ill people with strong suicidal and murderous ideation should not have access to firearms. I will die on this hill. Not wrong on that one at all whatsoever. Like, I mean, you can be a dumpster fire in general, but correct on a single issue. Great job on the Eliza Blue stuff. Yeah, no, I don't know. And what do I mean by that? Well, you take a look at this, okay? I think I made reference to this a little while ago, but to just pull up a tweet from, earlier this month, just so I can remind people, I stand on my principles when it comes to saying that, the trans issue isn't that much of a big issue. Interesting how well things fucking age, but we got several other examples here as well. Of course I want to protect kids. Oh, really? Is that true? This hyper focus on trans shit, however, is exactly what they want you to be wasting your time on. Here's what somebody who has, I don't like to use this, but it makes the most sense, at least for this for this topic of discussion. Somebody who has over 1 million subscribers, somebody who gets hundreds of thousands of views per video. Here's what he wants you to be focusing on. Here's what he thinks is a substantive expenditure of your time. So yeah, not Matt Walsh, who's somebody else who I just fundamentally opposed to when it comes to the framing of big issues. But again, he crushes cans effectively, especially when it comes to the trans space, but never actually wants a solution to it. He just wants to continue his grift. Oh, what's a woman? Biological adult female. No. Then you have to move on and find something else to talk about, even though that's been your entire brand for about 15 years at this point in time. Regardless, here's what the quartering wants you focusing on. Things that are a better way to spend your time. Ukraine, interesting. Epstein list. What the fuck does that have to do with anything? What can you as an individual do about that at all whatsoever? East Palestine, that is something that you could actually do. Again, he's right on certain issues, but when it comes to worrying about, oh my God, look at how much money the United States government is sending over to Ukraine. Well, guess what? Regardless of who you voted for, they were more than willing to just go out and send all of those billions of dollars over to Ukraine. It's almost like it's a deeper problem than that. And then the Epstein list, cool. Elites are corrupt. More at 11. What the fuck do you think anybody's going to do about that? Nothing. You had a bad take. You continue to double down. And then when shit goes fucking sideways, then all of a sudden you just want to try and play the savior. You grandstand on the graves of children. You're fucking detestable for doing this, bro. Hero schoolgirl 9 died when tried to pull a fire alarm to stop trans shooter opening fire on her friends. Remember her. Yo, man. Evelyn Deekhouse. That was the girl that did that. I seen that story, and it's absolutely fucking tragic what happened right there. But this is a guy. Look at the way that he frames it. Trans shooter. But we don't need to worry about any of that trans shit. Like, it's just... Who gives a shit? The left has a total control of the right's mind simply by deploying a few drag queens and a handful of trans people. March 23rd. 5 fucking days ago. Oh, who gives a shit about all this trans stuff? Oh my God, it's not like it's actually having real world consequences. And you think that that's bad? How about, the 25th. This very fucking weekend. An armed society is a polite society. Trans or not, and I tell you what, if they let me tell you what, if they start handing out free tanks, just know that I will be changing my pronouns immediately. As he has one of the worst takes on something that happens within the next few hours. Quote tweeting a segment that Tucker Carlson had when it came to mental illness and firearms. Oh, geez, making fun of something that was directly going to happen. Now, I understand that you don't have a crystal ball and you can't curate your message whenever it comes to something that's going to happen into the near future. But, geez, it's almost like if you were a principled individual. It's almost like if you didn't engage in emotionality and that you weren't just somebody who was terrible with women and lashed out irrationally, gets drunk on the weekends, rambles, makes an asshole out of himself on the platform, but then at the same time, whenever it's convenient for you, wants to be a champion of the right, one of the working men that are out there. These are your tastemakers. Outside of that one stupid little Twitch streamer, you got David Pakman, who's one of the golden children out there on the left. You got Kyle Kuklinski, Sam Sneeder, the Young Turds, and David Pakman. Those four that are over there, those are the big guys. And they will continue to mock and lambast Christians because it's just a fun thing to do. And then, yes, one of the largest pundits that is out there. And I think that this is the worst, mostly because I think the acts of a traitor is worse than anything else that your opponents can do. Grandstanding on an issue instead of admitting that you had a bad take when it comes to this stuff. Because who gives a shit? I don't know, how about those families that are fucking dead because some mentally ill individual decided to open up fire and because the left is never going to have an about face on this situation, instead of wasting your time on shit that you will never, ever, ever have any sort of input on, continuing to educate people, provide value, show insight. Ah man, it's just easier to grift some coffee, make some AdSense revenue, and then stumble and stammer fuck your way through an interview session with one of the biggest fucking right-wing chameleons out there on some lackadaisical stream. But I really hope that this is the last time I need to talk about this tragedy. Not the quartering. I've always thought that he's talentless anyways. He just did something good when it came to the Eliza Blue situation, then just stumble-fucked his way through the Sidney Watson Me Too case against the Blaze, and now, well, his double, tripling, quadrupling down and then sidestepping the trans issue. Well, just take a look at his big projection thread when it came to a lot of right-wingers are in the closet. Bro, for every Lindsey Graham, there's a trans activist out there indoctrinating kids en masse. Just because they can't reproduce doesn't mean that they can't reprogram. That's the real issue of the day. And there's enough conservatives that are out there that are just willing to turn the other cheek, not realizing that your prophets and that your Messiah would only turn the cheek on small issues, but when it came to fire and brimstone, oh yeah, just turn the other page. That shit's in there just as much. It really does make me sick when people flip-flop and don't stand for anything, and especially when they have influence. It won't see me bend and buckle and fold on shit like that, and you can take that to the fucking bank. So, like I said, hopefully this is the last time we can put this behind us, and I can do a big recap about the stupid Gwyneth Paltrow trial tomorrow, because I don't know, maybe I'll just give up on that one, because it's like, oh, okay, cool, there's a famous person who's doing some shady shit. Whew, very interesting find that you have there. Did you also note that the sky was blue and grass is green? Woo! Things of substance. Like I said at the beginning of the year, my declaration for 2023 is to keep it 10 toes down for men and topics that have an air of authenticity, that keep it real, regardless if it's politically expedient. You see that with Tate, you see that with Trump, now you see it with this trans issue from me. I'm congruent with my actions, whether I'm on or off camera. And now when it comes to calling out people that don't follow through on this shit, but then preach morals, standards, feelings, no. We got to pierce that. The death of being governed by feelings, or as the right wants to put it, morals, the exact same shit. It's just a little bit more intellectually appealing for the other side of the aisle. Being governed by that shit instead of empiricism, that's fucking done as far as I'm concerned. That's going to be my quest. That's going to be the addendum to my purpose for 2023. Seeking truth through objectivity, and then just throwing in a couple of off-color jokes as well. So with all that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.